Like an advent calendar, Marvel is currently dropping What If episodes daily on Disney Plus. But when I have an advent calendar, I eat them all in one go. I don't follow the rules, so this is my Christmas present to you. My name's Ren, and this is my review of all of What If Season 2. Welcome back, film family, and Merry Christmas! Happy holidays to you all. Thank you for joining me to discuss What If Season 2. Now, given the first 3 episodes are currently streaming on Disney Plus, we'll speak freely of those, but I will not spoil anything about any of the upcoming 6 episodes. And believe me, the best is yet to come. Now, when it comes to an anthology series like What If, there's not too much of a specific synopsis to the entire show. Season 2 continues the journey as the Watcher guides us through the vast multiverse, introducing brand new and familiar faces throughout the MCU in a series that questions, revisits, and twists classic Marvel cinematic moments. Featuring fan-favorite characters this season, like Nebula, Happy Hogan, Hela, Wenwu, Captain Carter, even introducing a brand new character in Kahori, and of course, the king of the MCU, Justin Hammer. As a frame of reference, I enjoyed the first season of What If. Marvel doing something experimental not only with animation, but also giving these little twists to their familiar stories that we know and love. However, even within that context, it felt like they played it just a little bit too safe, where Captain Carter gets the serum instead of Steve Rogers, but Captain Carter, the first Avenger, essentially plays out the exact same way. And every episode in that season, despite the enjoyable, the best ones, the weakest ones, all of them really feel that way except for Supreme Doctor Strange, which is the best episode in season 1 because everything about how Doctor Strange the movie plays out in that universe is so different. Now, when it comes to an anthology series, there's something inherently exciting, but also something inherently underwhelming about it, where these are great ideas, these are creative, these are experimental, these are unique, but if you don't like the experimentation, there's nothing more to be gained from it. But What If Season 2 is exactly everything I wanted Season 1 to be. I wanted them to go crazy, I wanted them to be more experimental, and I wanted the changes they give to their premises, to the stories we know, to have ripple effects that change everything. Which is why in Season 2, so many of my favorite episodes feature Captain Carter from the first season, who now fought alongside the Avengers, who is now in her own sort of Winter Soldiery adventure with Black Widow. And so not only is that dynamic completely different, but now the Black Widow movie plays out in a different way, and that Captain Carter has a relationship with the Watcher, with Doctor Strange Supreme, with this version of Black Widow. And where these episodes, the series as a whole takes her, really works not only in the character's favor, but really in cementing a path for the what I'm calling the AMCU to forge onto itself, to really stand its ground and play around with these multiverses. When Hela gets cast out of Asgard and drops on Earth and meets Wenwu, how does Shang-Chi play out? Does Shang-Chi even get to play out in this multiverse? If Nebula joined the Nova Corps instead of the Guardians of the Galaxy, how would this Blade Runner-esque neo-noir sci-fi investigation play out on the streets of Xandar while under the threat of the Kree Empire that still stands? If Yondu delivered Peter Quill to Ego as a child like he was supposed to, and they attacked Earth as father and son, what Avengers would step up to face this threat? If Tony Stark never made it back through the portal in the original Avengers and got sent through to Sakaar somehow, meets Gamora, the daughter of Thanos, looking for revenge, to what I call the superior version of Ragnarok. That one is hitting Disney Plus tomorrow. It's one of the best episodes. It's fantastic. It's all these different premises that work so well because it's not just the initial premise that has a tweak, a little change to it. No, you have this change, and then you see the ripple effects of it all and how so much changes in these different universes. And really, how the entire history of the MCU plays out in such a different way. In no episode is this truer than in the Kahori episode. This is a brand new character, original character, who has access to the powers of an Infinity Stone. And her powers not only fantastic on screen, the animation is wonderful. How much of the MCU changes with this because this character exists in the 1600s. She is a Native American. She comes from a nation that has access to this power. I'm not sure that the Kahori episode quite fits into the what if context. Like I said, the fun of this show is not only that it is an anthology, that you're seeing all these different stories, but you're seeing changes from stories you know. And don't get me wrong, I love the Kahori episode. It's the first story in the MCU since Black Panther where it feels like this brand new world within the MCU, unlike any of the other movies, any of the other shows. But I just don't know if here is the right placement for it. And like with Captain Carter, without getting too much into it, there's an episode that goes into 1602. This is like in the comics where you go back in time to sort of medieval Avengers, and you get a mix of Shakespeare with the Three Musketeers, with Robin Hood, with the Man in the Iron Mask, but all Avengers characters, and a really cool story tying it together with versions of characters you're familiar with and leading directly into the finale. A finale that goes crazy with Easter eggs and really sets up something interesting and continues this through line that I spoke of the AMCU forging a path onto its own, of dealing with the multiverse and multiversal stories in its own way. Creative, that really explores experimentation for storytelling. And what makes that idea really come together in What If Season 2 is how Captain Carter is spearheaded at the core of this show as the heart of the What If series, as much as Steve Rogers was spearheaded as the heart of the MCU in the movies throughout phases 1 through 3. And that's why the MCU now with this season feels like it stands on its own. It exists parallel to the MCU. It allows for these more interesting ideas, these remixes and weirdness all to come together, but you have this core character that you can follow, that you can sort of count on to influence all these stories and to have her presence felt. Not to spoil anything, it's much more smaller scale than the finale of season 1, and I do prefer it. It tips off the hat to stories we've already seen throughout the entirety of this show. Season 2 of Marvel's What If virtually fixes all the issues I had with season 1. It basically ticks off all the items in the bucket list of mixing up more storylines, more ideas, more genres, and it brings in all these skeletons from famous movies, famous genres with Blade Runner, with Die Hard, like I said, Shakespeare and all that, and it's just this smorgasbord of creativity. And that's what this anthology show should be. It is in every way an improvement on season 1, really offers something distinct, something unique, and expounds on that experimentation. And it opens these little avenues for them to keep following certain characters from these different universes in upcoming seasons if they keep doing this What If show. So, those are my general thoughts on the series as a whole, on this season. It's time for you to start the conversation about it now in the comments below. What is your favorite overall episode of What If, of what you've seen in season 2, what you saw in season 1, anything and everything down there. And the names of the episodes are out online for everyone to see. I'll put them up right here. Let me know what episode are you most excited about. And if you want to see me talk more Marvel, more movies and TV, there's more like it right up here. Or if you just want to keep chatting with me, this is the place to be. Consider clicking that subscribe button and you won't miss any future conversations on your favorite movies and TV. What If Season 2 is an exponentially bigger and bolder creative blend of genres, ideas, and storylines. Every single episode in this season, apart from the disposable Christmas one, offers exciting, unique, and even improved mix-ups, elevating the potential of the AMCU multiverse. I'm giving What If Season 2 a B+. Thank you for watching, Film Family, Marvel Family. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and big shout out to my channel members for always supporting the channel. The final reviews of the year are on their way, as well as the end of year lists. So until the next one, I hope you get many presents, love each other, and love the movies.